Hey everybody, this is Goodwin, and I am sitting here with the fantastic lead trumpet player for the Big Fat Band, Wayne Bergeron. And we want to thank you guys for choosing Act Your Age to play with your smart music system. We're going to talk a little bit about this chart and maybe some of our experiences in what we went through to learn how to play this very difficult piece of music. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult. You know what my least favorite part about this chart is?
Let's look at what.
No, I love it. But see these 4 notes right here? The very first notes, right out of the chute. You know, if you miss one of those, it's like you're down the rest of the chart, man. How do you recover from that? You know?
Yeah. So,
I mean, I never missed them, of course. I mean,
right?
I'd be lying if I said I never.
But worse than that, the second trumpet you have a high G.
Yeah.
And the second trumpet's got a high E.
Yeah.
So really, you got 2 guys that are, on the tightrope there.
Could be treacherous. Yeah, could be pretty ugly if you both clam at the same time.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think we might have revoiced it for this. Yeah, I think I put optional notes here, for the published version. So,
right.
It takes everybody down in inversion, except for the first trumpet. First trumpet, man up, baby. But this chart, I mean, you can hear the guys in the Fat Band play it, and the main thing that impresses me about it is their commitment to like a rhythmic drive and precision. Yeah,
well, this kind of tune demands that. I mean, there's no room for error, really. The groove is relentless and doesn't move, so the 16th notes have to be precise. They can't be rushed. And that's one of the things that happens with young bands, especially 16th notes. And you think they have to be fast, and they just need to be in tempo and in the pocket.
Well, I think what balances on this thing, the precision and maybe the activity of the 16th notes, are some of the scoops and emotion that are put into phrases too.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of scoops in this chart. Like the thing in bar 60 that I mean, I don't know. You wrote this in a way that would be understandable. I actually bent that note down. Because it gives it that kind of cool effect.
I remember us working on that a lot when we were trying to kind of get some nuance in the arrangement. So you had to talk to the guys and make sure they're doing the same thing you were doing.
And that happens a lot. I mean, sometimes you can't put exactly what you want on paper. You can hear it, but sometimes it just has to be talked about. Amongst the players, and the first trumpet player or lead alto or lead trombone will decide how they're going to phrase something. Especially,
now of course the falls, we talk a lot about the falls being the same length, but also the bends, like this thing into bar 79, where you go 1, 2, 3, da, da, and we're all to try to hit the top of the note at the same time.
Yeah, we talked about that too. I think we decided beat 3 was the ideal place, and just bend the note the whole way and gives it kind of a groovy, funky effect.
Yeah, I think the main thing with playing music like this is a commitment to the energy of it and the drive of it. So when we play this chart, man, we just go for it. Because if you don't go for it, it's just you can't back into it.
Yeah, it'll just sit there. Actually, all the crescendos need to be over-exaggerated. The bends need to be really greasy. The falls, especially like bar 85 going into the solo section. Don't phone the fall in. The fall needs to have a lot of energy after you hit the note. Now,
do you find that, when a trumpet section is playing a big, that's a fortissimo dynamically, right? That you don't want them to think about trying to play under the volume of the lead trumpet player? Is it just go for it time there?
Well, I mean, it's go for it to a certain extent. I mean, I like it to roar, but it should never be overplayed. It shouldn't be overblown. It should always be under control, even at fortissimo. It's never past that where it's just blatty. The note still has to have core and center, but energy and volume, obviously.
And of course the other thing, the rhythm section needs to also be really aware of dynamic contour on arrangements like this, because if you want the horn section to play their dynamics, you can't have the rhythm section bashing away at this level through the whole track, And with music like this, it's a temptation to just want to go for it and bash away, So we talk a lot about that in the Fat Band as well, is making sure that the rhythm section is playing the same dynamics. But when you're playing mezzo forte or even softer, you still have to play tight, You still have to play with that commitment.
Yeah, the energy's there at all volume levels. One of the other things with this chart, Gordon, I realize that this motif happens a lot, this boo-doo-da, doo-doo-da-da. And we talked about that a lot as well. Do we accent the top note? What do we do? And we just kind of came up with this phrasing amongst ourselves after talking to you, I think.
Well, now there's no accent written, I noticed.
I know, but we kind
It's just a legato.
It just evolved that. You know.
Do-do-da, do-do-da-da. Of course, and this kind of music is an accent on 2 and 4, which happens a lot in pop music anyway. So that kind of fits in with that, with that pattern. All right, well, cool. Well, we hope you guys enjoy playing Act Your Age. We have a lot of fun with it in the Fat Band. And once again, if you want to learn more about the great Wayne Bergeron, you got to go to
WayneBergeron.com.
And you can learn all about what's going on in Wayne's career. And there's a lot. Woo, baby. Okay.
Anyway, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, everybody.